Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Do you remember the Azov Battalion that became a regiment? All right, so now we have the Azov Battalion again back in business, bigger and stronger and better. Remember, Azov Battalion, it started as a battalion, was considered by many, including the Western little weasels, to be a kind of like with Nazi elements in it. Remember that before the war started, and after that they dropped that. There are many videos made on that, and where the U.S. mass media considers them that way. I even made a video, I think in April 2022, regarding that. Nevertheless, this Azov Battalion, which increases from battalion to regiment, and now it goes higher than that, they will fight, according to the Ukrainians, the Wagner Mercenary Group in Bakhmut. So, Azov, Bakhmut, Wagner, bang, bang, right there, supposedly. Now, if you remember, the Azov Battalion surrendered, my bad, they came out at Azovstal Steelworks in Mariupol in April, I think. April and then in May. In May 2022, they came out. They surrendered. They got, surrounded, encircled, and they were taken prisoner. About 2,400 or so surrendered. Their leaders were exchanged. The commanders were exchanged, and it was a weasel move by the Russians for that. Ukrainian politician friends with Putin, whatever. There was a weasel move, and they were exchanged in prisoner swap in Turkey, and they're still there. They're not supposed to, they're not allowed to, under the, whatever they agreed, not allowed to return to Ukraine for now. So they're in Turkey, supposedly. Anyway, so that battalion disintegrated, but no, now we find out they're still there, and they are bigger and stronger. So let's get it on. Let's start with this article first, where we find that from Ukrainska Pravda today, the 26th of January 2023, Special Operations Forces of Azov Regiment become separate assault brigade of ground forces and fight in Bakhmut. In Bakhmut, Wagner Group is also located. Now remember, Azov started as an Azov battalion, then it increased its number to a regiment, and then it increased now to a brigade. My bad here. So let's go to this, and they're gonna explain us what a brigade is. So if you don't know, let's read to see how they evolved. A brigade is a major tactical military formation that typically comprises 3 to 6 battalions. So the Azov started as a battalion. Now a brigade, that now they are, comprises 3 to 6 battalions, plus supporting elements. So that's battalions, 6 or 3 between this, plus supporting elements. It is roughly equivalent to an enlarged or reinforced regiment. So they used to be battalion, regiment, now they're brigade. 2 or more brigades may constitute a division. And we can go down here and we find out that the typical NATO standard brigade consists of approximately 5,000 troops. However, in Switzerland and Austria, the number could start as high as 10,000 troops. So I don't know exactly how many these people are, but this, anyway, it increases to a brigade from a battalion. So let's see what's going on here in Bakhmut, where Wagner is going to fight Azov. So it's very interesting. I don't hear Russian army fighting Ukrainian army. Interesting. And we hear only very shady organizations like the Foreign Legion, International Foreign Legion. Those are supposedly volunteers in Ukraine fighting the Russians. We hear that Wagner Group is a, private military company slash what, and all that. But hey, where are the armies? I don't know. The Special Operations Forces of the Azov Regiment became the third separate assault brigade as part of the ground forces of the armed forces of Ukraine and are already fighting on the Bakhmut front in Donetsk Oblast. Source: the Special Operations Forces of the Azov Regiment on Telegram. Hey, did you hear they're not a regiment anymore? They're a brigade. It's like, you call someone let's say a lieutenant and he's a captain. Nah, can't do that. And I'm quoting: the Special Operations Forces of the Azov Regiment are expanding and gaining even greater strength in the war of liberation. From now on, we are the 3rd Separate Assault Brigade of the Ground Forces of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. Our unit was created on 24th of February during the battle for the capital. Yeah, you were created on February 24th. The fighters of Azov, who fought in Kiev's territorial defense, have already proven their combat effectiveness and have grown into a unit of Special Operations Forces. Special Operations. Now, how about Mariupol? Are you going to mention Mariupol, Mr. Azov? No, you won't. You just use Kiev, and your history supposedly starts only in February 24th, 2022. Nah. It starts actually, I think, in 2014 when you fought in Azov area. That's why you called yourselves Azov, right? Remember? I don't know if they were around they were fighting the separatists, the Russian separatists. That's why they are called Azov. The new brigade's flags are already conquering the front on the hottest front, Bakhmut, end quote. The unit started... Where were you in Soledar, which is just, a few kilometers from Bakhmut? How come you're just in Bakhmut, but you were not in Soledar, where you retreated to fight another day and save lives? This is how they consider the retreat. But anyway, organized retreat. But the Russians are just running like crazy, leaving behind their military equipment. But these guys are just organized, discipline, yes, whatever. Let's move on. The unit started as a volunteer unit on the territorial defense on the 24th February 2022. Again, no, my friends, no. Just look around, just watch some videos, just read some newspapers, as weasel as they are. Created by veterans of the unit of the Azov Regiment and representatives of the Azov movement. Okay, thank you very much for clarifying that. Veterans of the unit of the Azov Regiment. All right, it's more than that. The fighters of, and they say Azov movement. That's interesting. I would like to know what it is. I already know, and we know. The fighters of Azov Territorial Defense defended Kiev and Kiev Oblast, and in the spring, the unit was reshaped as the Special Operation Forces of Azov destroyed Russians on the Zaporozhye front. They helped liberate Kherson and fought in Donetsk Oblast. The renewed brigade noted that they were constantly growing in number. I can see that, at least you claim. Accepting and training highly motivated fighters in their ranks. And they're perfect, and they're going to obey the Geneva Convention 100%. They're perfect and moral. All of them are monks. Shaolin monks or what? Mount Athos monks. Which one they are? But the Russians, Wagner Group employs only ex-convicts, the bad dudes that are just raping and killing and all that. All right, remember, this is not hanky-panky, good versus evil. Someone is going to return and take us all on their, UFO. The new flags of the 3rd Separate Assault Brigade symbolize, now get ready, and I'm quoting, the tenacity of the traditions of Ukrainian statehood from princely times of Kiev Rus, the Kazakh period, the first liberation struggles in the early 20th century to modern times. End quote. Quote, the evolution of the Azov unit as part of the armed forces will continue. We will embody military prowess called rage against the enemy and the desire to liberate our own in the fight against the occupiers on the way to our final victory. Oh, total victory? Okay. The time for the decisive battle has come. All right, there we got it. All right, now, we know who's who, what's what. We know what the flag symbolizes, just peace, love, and defending your motherland. but the Russians can't have the same feelings because they're bad. But you can. That's fine. That's fine. Anyway, I don't know. I don't want to be so. I don't want to be that bad, but you know what? I will. I will watch this Bakhmut thing between Azov and Wagner Group as I would watch, let's say, Barcelona versus Real Madrid, or I would watch nowadays PSG following Messi with Marseille, let's say. That's how I would watch it. I don't watch the whole game. I watch only highlights. The same here. I will not stay and be with my eyes glued on the screen finding out what are the developments. No, 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 no. But I will definitely follow it here and there, and I'm going to bring it to you so you know what's going on over there. And I'll say 1-0, 1-1, half time and all that. The referee left the football pitch. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.